Hey everyone, welcome to my home and welcome to my channel and today's video. So in today's video, I'm going to be going around certain spots in my home and adding in a little bit more fall decor into these spaces. If you've been following my fall decorating series, you know that when I started back in, I would say early to mid-August, I wasn't adding in any pumpkins because it was just too early in the season and it didn't feel right. Well, now we're a couple of weeks off our Thanksgiving here in Canada. I do live in Canada, and the pumpkins are out, the pumpkin patches are full, Mother Nature has exploded, the trees are glorious. So now I want to go back through a few spots in my home and just add in a few more subtle touches of fall, mostly pumpkins and a few other little things. So the spots I will be touching on will be a couple places in my kitchen, here on my mantle in my living room, probably that's about it here, and maybe one or two things in my entryway just to cozy it up for the fall season. So if you enjoy these type of videos, I hope that you will think about subscribing before you leave. I would really love to have you join me each week as I share more home decor items, and with Christmas coming up, I just love it. I hope that you will come back and enjoy it. I want to try something a little different for me this year, so stay tuned for that. And don't forget to like and share this video with loved ones and friends who you think might enjoy it as well. So without any further ado, let's get going and let's add a few more subtle touches of fall into my home and cozy it up for the season. So I'm going to start here in my living room and change up my mantle. I loved the way this turned out when it was early fall, but I remembered I had this beautiful garland that I've had for a number of years. I actually used the same one on my dining room tablescape, and if you missed that video, I will be sure to link that in the description box and in the cards above. So I remembered I had it, and I always loved having it on here, so I'm just going to switch it up, add it in, bring back the greenery pick because I am loving the mixture of the fall colors with the greens, and then just continue to add back in a few other elements that were here, like the candlestick, and then I'll start to add in some pumpkins and some other kind of berries. This is one of those Sherpa pumpkins that I found at Michael's this year. They were on a stem with 3 of them, and I just cut them up, and that allowed me to place them throughout different places in the home, and I think it just looks adorable here. Now on the other side, I did exactly the same thing. This one was a little harder to do just because these candlesticks are a lot thicker. They take up more space. I don't have a very deep mantle, so it did take a little bit more maneuvering, but I got it to work in the end. These colors are just so pretty this year. I don't usually gravitate towards these more muted creams and golds and browns, but this year there's just something about it and I absolutely love it. Now I'm going to work on the dough bowl, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take out these brown balls that I had there and the deep burgundy ones, and this is where I'm going to add in a couple more pumpkins that I've had for a number of years. I actually thrifted these, I think it was about 4 years ago, and they're so pretty, and I got 2 of them for about the price of about $4 for the pair, I think, and I just love them. And then I'm going to add in another one of those little brown Sherpa pumpkins, and that's about it for this little dough bowl. I love the way the orange plays off the creams and the browns and the golds.
so I can hold you in my arms.
Now I'm going to move over to this side table over here. I'm not really going to do anything differently, except I am adding this beautiful pumpkin to the bottom of it. I actually thrifted that when I thrifted the other two orange ones. It was such a great deal. I think this pumpkin cost me $3, and it is really big. The camera is not doing it justice, but it is quite large, and I just love it. So I'm just going to add some leaves underneath it and a couple pine cones around it, and I'm going to call it a day. Now with this basket on the TV stand, I'm not going to do too much. I'm just going to remove the burgundy mum, put in this orange bowl filler that kind of looks like a little pumpkin, add in 2 white pumpkins, and that'll be it for this area.
No matter what comes your way, I will stay right here beside you to catch you.
Now here on the entryway table, I thrifted this book recently. I love it. I'm starting to get into older books, so I did thrift this for $2 not too long ago. So I'm just going to take off that price tag and add a little orange pumpkin on top. Then I'm going to move down to the other 2 shelves. Now that blue book that you see there, I also thrifted at the same time. It is a gorgeous blue color with gold binding. Just love it. It's so pretty, and I thought it worked really well with the copper here. So I'm just going to add in a little green ceramic pumpkin that I got at the dollar store a number of years ago, and then I'll move down to the basket underneath.
Is all I need until my heart gives in.
Now with this basket, I thought I would add this pick that has some bright orange pumpkins on it. They're so pretty, but it just felt like it was missing something else, and I had these other stems that I've used for a number of years. They are also from Michael's, and they're just so wispy. They have some white pumpkins, cream pumpkins, some almost looks like little corn stalks on them, and I nestled in the orange pumpkins with it, and I think that made all the difference. The other change I did, it felt a little too heavy on the other side, so I moved it from the right side to the left side of the table and moved the picture to where the basket was originally, and I think it works so much better. Now we're going to move into my kitchen, and I really didn't do too much in here. I left my coffee station the way it was because I loved it, but here I'm just going to replace that wooden ampersand with my white stacked pumpkins that I've had for a number of years. I love these, and I think they fit really well there. And then I decided to add in another bright orange. It's kind of a velvet pumpkin, and it just felt like it was falling down in these bowls, so I'm just going to try to prop them up by filling the bowl with some pine cones or something just to elevate the pumpkin up a little bit. These blue and white bowls are from the Dollar Tree. I just love them. I think they're so pretty, and they work so well with this orange and with all the stems that are happening in that beautiful vase behind it. Now we're going to work on the last part of my kitchen. It's just my kitchen table. I'm going to replace the white chargers with these gold ones and just make a few other little adjustments here. I'm going to add in some burgundy napkins that I usually bring out every fall, and the napkin holders are just gold stars, and I use them at Christmas, I use them at fall, I'll use them in the spring, whenever. It just goes to show you that you can use these things for a number of different occasions. It doesn't have to you don't have to buy just things for that season. I use these napkin rings all the time. Next up will be the little planter in the middle of the table. As much as I love this little planter, I think it's so pretty. It just wasn't fall feeling enough, so I just took this vase. If you watched my other early fall decorate, you would have known that this used to be on my fireplace mantle, but I thought I would move it in here, and I love the way it looked on the table. And the last spot to get a little bit of fall love is this little area right as you walk in my front door. You are greeted by this little stool I keep there for guests to sit and put their shoes on and off. So I just added an orange pillow that I've had and some more of those stalks that I used in the basket on the hall entryway table. I think it looks so pretty behind this lantern. But I hope that you enjoyed this quick video of how I made a few quick switches to my home to really bring in that fall vibe. I hope it gave you some inspiration to add a few things into your home if you are thinking about it. It doesn't have to be a lot. I just switched out a few key pieces and added in some pumpkins, and it really brought that fall feeling into my home. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like and a share, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you join me each week and come over to Instagram and say hi to me over there. I'd love to hang out with you. And until I talk to you in my next video, guys, I hope you have a great week.